Okay, so this is a graph of sine, cosine, tangent, and cotangent all in the same graph. And we're answering the big question number 2, how do the graphs of sine and cosine relate to the others? So how they relate to tangent and cotangent, we see in the asymptotes. So since tangent is sine over cosine, we know that where cosine is 0, there's going to be an asymptote. So we see that in the graph, and where cosine is 0 is at 90 degrees and at 270 degrees. So our asymptotes for tangent are there, and that affects their graphs. And also for cotangent, depending where sine is 0, which would be at 0 at 180, and that's the same thing as 0. So those asymptotes affect the graph for cotangent. Another thing that you notice is these are in quadrants, quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in quadrant 3, we see that cosine and sine are negative. So since we're dividing sine and cosine, cosine and sine. If we're dividing by a negative, then we get a positive. And so that's why cotangent and tangent are positive in quadrant 3. And you can see that in quadrant 2 and 4, where sine is negative and cosine is negative, and that makes tangent and cotangent also negative.